Welcome to another episode of the GHS Podcast. I'm Hideko Zhang, and I'm back with another story for the All Things Random segment. Today I'll be talking about Bitcoins, which is one of the really big things in the whole social media realm right now. And even if you don't know what a Bitcoin is, I'm pretty sure you've had to have heard of a Bitcoin at least once in the past year or so. But Bitcoins were founded in 2009, surprisingly, by Satoshi Nakamoto. And it's one of the most well-known cryptocurrencies in the world right now. Bitcoins are like a digital money sort of system, except everything's anonymous. So it's like a little trading business. It's kind of shady, but it's trading. But I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of websites online where you could use Bitcoins instead of actual money. The thing about Bitcoins is it's like a gamble, sort of. Their price is fluctuating a lot. And it started out like $20-ish, I think. Pretty sure way back in the early days, aka like 2013 or something, someone used Bitcoins to buy a pizza. But most recently, someone used Bitcoins to buy a car. So that just shows the fluctuation in price. And currently, Bitcoins are like a little over $10,000, I think. And the highest they've ever hit is like almost 20. But to get Bitcoins, you obviously have to buy them. Or you can mine them, which is this really complicated system that's all online. You have to like get a really good computer system and solve really, really hard math problems online. And then you'll get like 0.25 Bitcoins, which currently is worth like $2,500, so it's worth it, but you have to get all the right equipment and everything for it, so it's kind of But to get Bitcoins and to actually use them, you need to have this thing called a digital wallet. It's where you put your Bitcoins. The thing is, digital wallets are they're kind of depends on which one you have. Like the one currently that's like well known is probably like Coinbase, but there was one pretty sure a while back or something it got hacked into and lost tons of Bitcoins. So there's that whole gamble in the situation and everything. And then another aspect of Bitcoins is the trading system, which is basically, let's trade Bitcoins back and forth and other things like that. And Bitcoins are pretty cool though, because there's no actual age limit for them. So anyone of any age could get Bitcoins and could buy stuff with Bitcoins, which is also why it's like people are starting to put regulations on it, because Bitcoins, people could like do crime online and buy stuff with Bitcoins and stuff. And so pretty sure like South Korea has banned or put a ban on Bitcoins or cryptocurrency in general. And there's going to be a lot of like regulations set up soon, I think. But Bitcoins are pretty cool. Literally anyone can have them. It's all anonymous. No one knows each other's names. They only know you by your wallet number. And then, the fluctuation in price is a gamble, but currently it's at 10,000, so it can't drop that low, right? I mean, it started out as like 20. So, that's it for Bitcoins, I think. If you want to learn more, you could obviously Google search it. There's a Bitcoin website where you can learn all about it. But I think that's it for today. But anyways, to the boys segment we go, right? Bye.
Thank you My name is Nicholas Vang, and I am a freshman at the Gentry High School. I have been coming to Gentry for about 4 years, I think, and the extracurricular activity I have chosen is band. We have gotten a few achievements this year, but that's not what this episode is about. What this segment is about is sports. If we do not have any news on sports, then we will talk about what is happening, such as upcoming events. But as I have no knowledge of winter sports, the host for this segment is Jacob.
Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the GHS Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Lotus, and today we're going to talk to you a little bit about sports and what's been going on recently, not just in Gentry itself, but also a little bit what's been going on in the NFL. We've already gone through the playoffs and everything, and Super Bowl's coming up soon. But before we get too far into those, I want to take a little bit of time to introduce myself a little bit to you guys, just so you get to know who I am a little bit more. My name is Jacob Lotus. I'm a senior at Gentry High School, and I play football and baseball. I've been playing baseball for 6 years and football for 5, both of which are really fun. If I could go back and do it all again, I would definitely play those again. You make so many memories. And I think the best thing about playing sports, that's why I love it so much, that's why I love doing this podcast, is it's not the sports that you remember whenever you're playing them, or after you're done playing them. Because I promise you, 15 years from now, I'm not going to remember the score from any of our games that we played. The only thing I'm going to remember is the people that I played with and the memories that we made together. That's what I think sports is. It's just the best way to bond between any group of people. And that's why I was so interested in doing the sports segment of this podcast. So now I guess we should probably get into sports. So first, let's talk about Gentry a little bit more. Gentry basketball, they were off to a pretty good start, and then it's gotten a little bit shaky recently. But they have another couple of games this week. Right now, they are 9-10, which isn't bad per se. But they've got a conference game coming up this Friday, at home versus Gravett, which is senior night, a rivalry game, last home game of the season. So we can see if they can finish strong and come out with a winning season. I think they can do it. I believe they lost to West Fork last Friday, which is a tough loss. It's only 6 points in the differential. Wrestling went up into Missouri not too long ago, and they played a tournament there, and they did really well. They all wrestled pretty good. They placed, I think most of them placed top 5 in their weight class, which is phenomenal, considering some of the athletes they were up against. But I think that's it for Gentry sports. There's not really a whole lot going on during the winter. We don't have a whole lot of other sports other than basketball and wrestling. Okay, so let's talk about the NFL a little bit, because I personally love the NFL. Chiefs fan for life. Anyways, there's been a lot happening in the NFL recently. The past 4 or 5 weeks, there have been playoff games, which anyone who knows anything about the NFL, they're waiting for those playoff games the entire season. So let's talk a little bit about the NFL. The playoffs have finished and come to a conclusion. We've got the Super Bowl, and last Saturday or Sunday, the Pro Bowl was played, where the AFC beat the NFC 24-23. Now, if you don't know what the Pro Bowl is, it's where the people vote on who they think is the best at that position from either the AFC or the NFC conferences. And those teams play against each other in a game. It's pretty much the best of the best. And it's always a close and very, very competitive game. Even though there are people from different divisions that are rivals, they come together and work as one. It's actually kind of amazing how well they work together. But the Super Bowl is coming up this Sunday, and I have never been more excited for a game of my life. The Patriots and the Eagles. There's really not a whole lot to say. I mean, Tom Brady, he's probably the best person to play quarterback that I've ever seen. Chances are more than likely they're going to win again, Patriots. I don't want them to. I want the Eagles to just run up the score as much as they possibly can. just crush the hopes and dreams of every Patriots fan just because I'm not a big fan of Tom Brady. He's extremely good at quarterback, and he's a very smart man, but there's just something about him. Don't like him. That being said, if you are interested in watching the Super Bowl, and if this video goes up in time on YouTube, feel free to comment down below and say who you think will win, or who you hope will win. And yeah, I think that'll just be a fun thing to do, just to go through and look and see who all actually listens to the podcast and can actually relate to what I'm saying. So yeah, that's been all for today's sports section of the podcast. I'm sorry there wasn't a whole lot. There's just not really too much going on. During the spring, I'll have a lot more because, again, I am playing baseball. So I'll have pretty much everything on that. And, yeah, thanks. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.